Hello everybody, today we are going to look at being a GM in Gyld. Finding sessions to GM, setting yourself as a GM in your own sessions, or even getting paid to GM. Let's take a look. So the first thing that we should do is turn on our GM options. Those are now enabled as soon as we turn that on, and throughout the system there'll be a few more options than there were before. So here I have an upcoming session that I've created. I'm going to go ahead and hop into that. And now I have this option to join as the DM. So I'll go ahead and click that. Oh, but I've already joined as a player here. So I'm just going to leave this game as a player. And now I will join as the DM. And here it's putting in how much I would charge per player in gold. And for now, I'm just going to keep it free. We'll cover that gold stuff here. But this is, maybe this is a game with my friends, and I'm just saying, yeah, I'm just going to DM this game. Cool. So now I'm the DM. Now, let's talk for a moment about the difference between being a GM for a game and being an admin for a game. If you create a game or a session, then you are automatically the admin for that game. But I can also have someone else be the admin for this game. So to show you how that works, I'm going to invite a player to join this game here. There we go. And this is what it might look like on there, and they'll get an email also letting them know that they've been invited. I'm going to hit the notifications here to join, and I'm going to go ahead and accept this game. Perfect. Now back on the DM side of things, here's the big bard. Now you can see that I'm in here as the game master. I've got one player so far, and I'm also the game admin. But if I want, I can hit the gear and transfer ownership, transfer those admin powers to somebody else in the game. So I'll choose my friend the Big Bard and hit transfer. Now he's got the little icon there letting us know that he's the admin, even though I'm the game master. He now has the ability to schedule games, change the settings for the game, and is overall in charge of making sure that everything is in place for this game. If you are a player or group of players looking for a GM, this person can help ensure that you're getting a good match for your players and the GM and kind of manage the whole situation there, manage the schedule. But even if you're just doing this with your friends and one of your friends is game mastering, you're not looking for a game master, this can be really handy to take some of those responsibilities off of the game master. They already have so much that they have to do. It's really nice if somebody else can manage the scheduling and anything else that might need to be managed about these sessions. Cool. Now that we know the difference between the game master and the admin, let's say I'm a DM and I want to find a group to DM, but I don't have one myself. Well, this is where we can start by finding a game. We could search by location if we were playing in person, system, session type, GM fee max. And as you scroll down here, you'll see that the results that are here will list who the DM of these games is, if there is one currently, and if there's not, there simply won't be one listed. So you could go into this session and ask to be the DM. Of course, when you set yourself as a GM in the options here, then others can start trying to find you and asking you to book their games. Now you'll notice there's some settings in their profile here. If you are a GM and you want to set those up yourself, of course, you can go to your profile. You can add a bio here. This is a great place to tell a little bit about your style, so when people are looking for you, they might have a good idea if you'd be a good fit for the kind of game that you're wanting to play. And fill out that information to make it easier for people to find you. And of course, you can set your profile visibility. So if you really just want to set yourself to be a GM for your private game, you can turn this off, and only people that you allow will be able to follow you. I'm going to go down the line here and take a look at game preferences. Travel radius if I'm playing in person, my default rate, minimum and maximum time that I would like to be booked for games. Systems that I know, and you can add multiple here. So I played a lot of 3 and 3.5. I know 5e. Oh, wrong 5e. Let's remove that. And I can add specialties, character voices, great maps, lots of mini props. And soon we should be able to put in our own custom fields here. And of course, if there's an age range that I would like to be able to play with here or not play with, I can add some and not add others. Cool. Now if we go to payment information, I haven't set a payout account yet, but you can right here. You just follow the steps to be able to receive funds. So while we're here, let's talk a little bit about this. We've talked about adding gold. So if you're a player, you can add gold right here. And there are different rates depending on how much gold you add at one time. So you can get a discount if you add a lot at the same time. But a DM's payment will always be able to exchange 1 gold piece for 25 cents. So if you're like me and you've set your default cost per player to 40 gold pieces, that's $10 per person that you would get paid out after playing that game. So no matter what price the players bought their gold at, your payout would always be the same. Now let's take a quick look at what it looks like when a player joins a game that you are DMing for gold. So here you can see that I'm set as the game master, and any players that I've got in here, it shows whether or not they've paid yet. They may have some questions first. We can chat a little bit, make sure that everything's a good fit. This is a group that I didn't create, but I came and offered to Game Master. So the admin really has the controls of accepting me, rejecting me, deciding what other players are in the game. So I could talk with them and with the other players, again, to verify that it's a good fit and everything would work out. A pretty cool feature here is that if I'm a GM or a player, if I'm in the game, I can come hit pay fee and choose who I want to pay for. So perhaps there's one person that is setting up a game for a group. The group would rather just handle a single payment for the game master. One person can handle the payment for everybody, or however you want to work it out. Cool. I'm just going to head back to the dashboard here. Now, I just want to show one last thing. If I am GMing and I'm hoping to put my services out there to get some gold pieces in here, another way I can go about doing that is setting up my own game for players to search for rather than them just searching for me. So, I'm going to make a new game. It's public. I'll just start with the one shot. I'm going to do this virtual, have a flexible date. Of course, we'd want to fill all this information out. For now, I'm just going to give it a name and create this game. And I'll immediately join with myself as the DM for my standard rate. Now this game is out there for people to find. Let's see what it looks like from the player's point of view. So I'm going to go find a game, or I could use the universal search up here. I'm just going to search for the one that I know I'm looking for. And there it is. And now a player looking for my game, if they look at all the information, which I didn't put very much in here to help sell it, could come join my game. I can choose to purchase just the minimum amount needed for this game in gold, or I could choose to pick more gold if I'm planning on using it more later and get a savings on how much I get. As soon as I hit purchase GP and join, I'm ready to go. And we'll go back to the GM view and go back to the dashboard. So those are the basics of how to be a GM and use those GM options in Gyld. We hope that this helps you find games to play, whether you're organizing with your friends, finding a new group, or even hoping to bring in a little bit extra money as a professional GM. This is a great way to get started.